Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FIFA 19 career with me, Daniel. We're top of the Championship with Crewe Alexandra, and today in Season 3 Episode 10 we face Stoke in a top of the table clash. It's first v second, and although Stoke have a game in hand, if we win today we've almost certainly wrapped up the title. It's a really big game for us and we've just got to hope that we can get a result. A draw's not a disaster, but a defeat would put us back towards the chasing pack and in trouble in a nervy situation towards the end of the season. So let's get straight into it after looking at our recent results. You were obviously with me last time for that brilliant game against Liverpool in the Cup replay. Our second game in 2 days where we somehow managed to nick a win. We then drew 0-0 away at Brentford in the following match. Our form suffered for the fact that all 22 players were knackered from those midweek games. The FIFA scheduling bugs getting to us again. And then the following week against Blackburn we won 2-0. A week's break and lo and behold we were back to normal. We then played Fulham in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. It was a really comfortable dominant display. Not the biggest side, but we managed to beat them 2-0. And if you remember back to Season 1, I think it was episode 3 or 4, we got absolutely hammered by them when we were in League 2. So it shows just how far we've come. And then against Hull City we won 1-0 at home. A midweek game, I think we rested a few players so we can go into this Stoke game with as many players fit as possible. So let's go and have a look at the lineup. If we go in to play the match, we'll go from the start this time. We're obviously in charge of Crewe. We've got to change kits, and in fact it looks like Stoke will have to as well, because we can't clash with red and white. They'll go into their purple away strip. We've got everyone fit. We did rotate in midweek, so we've got a full strength 11, but we may have to change up the bench a little. So let's have a look at who's really struggling. As soon as nowhere near, he's got to be out entirely. Griffiths will come on for him. Mason will stay on the bench, so we've got one defender, but no one else is really fit. I'm just seeing who's fitter out of Jones and Saunders. It's Saunders actually, so Jones will come off the bench. Young Thomas on there for him. We've still got 2 strikers there. Not sure who's the fitter. Panico is slightly. I don't know if we've got anyone good enough on the bench. We may just leave it at that for now. Realistically, they're not going to come on. If we're winning, it'll be Griffiths, Thomas and Mason. And if we're losing, we can bring on Panico and Pelly Ruddock. So let's go through the 11. We've got a Campos in goal. You can probably name it by now off by heart. McQueen and Justin are the fullbacks, with McKenna and Ampadu at centre-half. Rossiter the skipper in the holding role. Yates and Needham either side of the diamond, with Morgan Gibbs-White in the number 10 role. And then Colton Morris and Yannick Pohl up front, completing the first 11. So let's get into the match, and we'll be back in a moment with highlights from the first half. Here we go then, first v second. It's a crucial promotion decider. It will decide whether we're going to be favourites to go straight up to the Premier League or if we're at risk of another season in the Championship. We're coming out for this one away to Stoke City. They've got a big ground. For some reason it's the Stoke City Stadium. It must be because it's sponsored by a betting company. I think it's Bet365 or something like that, so that's probably why. Let's get cracking on the right hand side. It's down the right wing with Tom Ince. He's gone to Stoke as well here. They've got a few players that are there in real life and then a few new ones as well. We'll see if any of those come up as we go along, but for now it's just the regular pros that are there. A couple have come back from loan. It's a very shaky start, but we've got the ball away. They've got Tammy Abraham up front and João Felix, who's a wonder kid in real life. So I'm not sure how he's ended up there. But we're in behind here with Colton Morris. Great through ball by Morgan Gibbs-White. Poor touch, but he's got the shot away. It's blocked and cleared. Good save by Butland, who's still in goal for them. A brilliant catch to still be in the Championship after 3 years. A player I'd very much like to have here. But the Campos has probably nearly caught him now. So well done to him, and he'll stay our first choice. They've got the ball in the middle. It's been end-to-end so far. Both teams have got in the opposition box, but we've had a better chance from it, and Ampadu's defended well there. He's going to close the man down again. Forces him backwards, which is all we can ask. They've got the ball 30 yards out, though, with Ndai. He's blocked by Needham, and now it's gone out again. It's on the right-hand side with Sakai, to the back post for James Justin, who knocks it down, and Needham finds Jordan Rossiter. Up towards Colton Morris, but it's straight back. Stoke are dominating the possession, but we still look threatening on the break. We've got to prevent the shot though, or that could be worrying, and McKenna does just enough and then celebrates with a fist pump, which is a little bit excessive. But the corner kick's got to be defended, and let's hope we can see it out well. It's going to be delivered an outswinger by Felix. Bruno Martins Indy's in there, but Rossiter does enough and calmly goes back to McKenna. He finds the left back region and then plays down the line for Yates. The man with bundles of energy goes for a lovely switch of play, but it's slightly overhit. James Justin loses out in the air, and now they're bringing it forward with Silva on the left. He goes forward to Ndiaye. Down the line to Felix. Can Ampadu get there? Is he onside? He is. Ampadu closes down and forces him back again, and now he's closing down the winger for the third time. They've come into the box unopposed though, but thankfully the shot's high and wide, comfortably over the bar, and with a quarter of the game gone, we're very much clinging on here. It's almost like an FA Cup tie against the big sides, where we've had to hold on and nick late results. So hopefully we can just get another chance on the counter, and the second time lucky to make the most of it. Yannick Pole's got in behind, done really well there, tries to cut through two and does. It's done to Morgan Gibbs-White, now Carlton Morris. McQueen's got a touch, goes for the shot, great save Butland, and it's behind for a corner, but we look so threatening on the counter attack despite being outplayed for the most part. It's going to be an outswinging delivery by McQueen. Carlton Morris goes up but loses out. Falls for Ampadu 25 yards out. His effort's blocked and he's cleared away long by Stoke. Rossiter knocks it down for Morgan Gibbs-White. Plays a 1-2, belatedly at least. Now Carlton Morris holds it up for Yates. Takes on one man, plays it out to James Justin. Into the box, forces the challenge, but it's well cleared by the Stoke defender. Out for a throw-in with half an hour gone, and we've really got to try and create another clear-cut chance. It's Justin again. He finds Yates. Our first real spell of dominance. Into Yannick Poe, he's just offside, and unfortunately that'll be a Stoke free kick. A really good idea, but he just went too early. Let's see what Stoke can do with this one. Hopefully they don't have another long spell in our half. We've headed the ball away as far as Yannick Poe. Brilliant first touch from him. Morris is running in behind. Good first touch. Good second. There's a slight shirt pull there, and it's just enough to pull him off without giving away a foul. The clearance is blocked as well though, and Morris will start charging down again. Now the ball's come into the middle of the pitch. It's going to be cleared inside to Mbula. He goes back to Ndiaye, and now they've switched it out to the left back Silva. Down the line to Felix. I'd be very surprised if that is João Felix. He's surely destined for huge things, but obviously hasn't developed in this career as much as he would have liked. Ndiaye on the edge, they've gone sideways again, and Pardew deflects this shot for a corner, and Stoke back on top. You can tell we're two very good sides. Stoke like to dominate the games, whereas we're playing on the counter in this one. Rossiter, the little man, heads it away again. He's done that 2 or 3 times already. Neidham's nicked the ball from a poor touch, and now he can counter as we love to down the right hand side. Tristan Neidham's cutting inside. He's got a man chasing him back though, and just held on for it too long. He wasn't really helped by Yannick Pole's run. Now they've got the ball on the left with Tommins. He finds Felix. They're using a lot of their energy. Stoke's players are almost knackered. They must have not rotated in midweek, and now they've got the ball on the left with Felix again. Tammy Abraham back to Felix, delivers, and Rossiter wins another header, and Neidham brings it away for Ryan Yates. He's going to cut inside, goes inside to Morgan Gibbs-White. Now Yannick Poe. He's gone back to Rossiter, tries to flick it forward, but Morris had checked his run, and unfortunately that ended up being wasted. They've got the ball in the middle, but we're almost up with a half, and we're going to go in level, despite being outplayed for the most part. Although having said that, we've definitely had the 2 best chances of the match. It's 0-0 at the break, and we'll be back in a moment with highlights from the second period. Into the second half we go. Carlton Morris with the kick-off. He finds Morgan Gibbs-White and now Neidham. Let's see if we can get forward at pace and stun them early on. Yannick Pole's got the ball. Out to the right-hand side for Justin. He goes inside to Yates. We just want to get those fullbacks forward, and Justin's doing that now. He finds Yannick Pole. Tries to cut it inside, but it's a poor ball, and now it'll be cleared away by Stoke from the left-back area. They've got it inside to Mbula. Now Ndiaye in the middle. They look to be dominating the central areas of the pitch, and now they've got an overlap on the right-hand side with Sakai. And Ndiaye makes a good run there out to Ince. He tries to go back inside. Neidham does enough, and Gibbs-White finds Rossiter. He's dallied on the ball though, and it's been taken off him. And Pardew's closing down on the edge. Now McKenna, it's been beaten to it, and it's a shot from the edge, but it's just over the bar, and we survive again despite early dominance from Stoke. We roll the ball out short to McQueen. He goes inside to McKenna. Plays that as a 1-2. Now down the line for Neidham. He's got 2 men inside. He's gone for Carlton Morris. He tries to find Pole down the line, but it's slightly overhit, and it's straight through to Jack Butland in the Stoke goal. He's going to go long with his goal kick. Only as far as Rossiter, who loses out in the air this time. But he's won it back, and now Yates. Charging forward. He's got Pole running off him. Slides him in behind. Going to be clever inside to Yates. Brilliant work to beat the keeper. What a wonderful bit of composed play by the 2 men. Yates just didn't panic when he got the ball back. Slid it under the keeper and then rolled it into the corner past the on-rushing defender. Through the legs, I think it was. We'll go and have a look on the replay. It was a wonderful bit of action. Yates found Pole down the right, cut it back, beat the keeper, and then slid it through the legs. Brilliant work by Yates, and we lead 1-0 after 15 minutes of the second half. It's gone down as a Sakai own goal because it flicked his leg, but you can't tell me that one wasn't going in already. Seems a little bit harsh on the striker. Yates wins the ball back again, but his pass is poor this time and it's intercepted. And Pardew does brilliantly though, and Rossiter finds Morris. Morgan Gibbs-White gets it out to McQueen on the left, who's overlapping and waiting for a runner. He's beaten his man quite easily actually, and now he's charging towards the box, goes for a low ball in, but it's intercepted easily. Wasn't the best delivery by the lad. And Pardew's closing the striker again, forces him sideways. We've won it back very quickly though on the press, and now Yates gets it inside to Neidham. He finds Morgan Gibbs-White. He's got the run of Pole on the right, just intercepted, but it's fallen for Neidham again. Not strong enough in that challenge though, and they win it back at left back. Now they're going inside. Yates is closing quickly. He's got indefinite stamina, that lad. 99 out of 100. You can't ask for more. In fact, I don't know if you can get a 100 stat on FIFA. 99 might be the best. And Pardew's closing the striker again, just forcing him sideways, but he's lost his man here as he's gone backwards. McKenna can't get there. The header from the edge is just wide, and we survive with a goal kick with 20 minutes to go. We'll go and make our substitutions. Let's go and organise the 3 subs, and we'll be back in a second with news of them. Back into the action with our goal kick for Ocampos then. We've made 3 substitutions. The first you're seeing on the ball there. Griffiths covering at right back for the tired Justin. Now we've got the ball into the middle. Rossiter couldn't be taken off, but Pelly Ruddock has been. He's tried to find McQueen with the long ball. The other sub was Morgan Gibbs-White as usual. He's been replaced by Panico. McQueen didn't quite make that long ball, and unfortunately it's going to be a Stoke throw-in. We've just got to try and see the game out. A 1-0 win here virtually wraps up the title, as long as we don't do anything stupid, and allows us to focus on that FA Cup semi-final. Pelly Ruddock in the middle finds Rossiter. He's got Yates running off him, trying to get him behind and give himself 3 options on the through ball. Tries to find Panico as Pole was offside, just intercepted by the last defender. Brilliant attempt by Yates and brilliant work from Panico off the ball. Let's get the ball back with Carlton Morris. He finds Panico, beats a man with a shafty turn. He goes to the left-hand side. I meant crafty there, of course. Inside to Rossiter again. He tries to find Jordan Griffiths and Pelly Ruddock, but both of them are caught out as the ball's gone to the central midfielder for Stoke. And Dyer gets it to Imbula. Both men have got back into position now, which is great, but Stoke are still getting in behind with McKenna, but Ampardew's always in the right place. His positioning's excellent. Pelly Ruddock's running off the ball from Morris. We've got 2 men on the right-hand side. Yannick Pole's one of them, but the pass is poor. Rossiter wins it back for Morris though. Morris gets the ball inside to Pole, challenged on the edge and it's cleared. Stoke very much panic stations there, and Pardew wins the header, but it's back to Stoke again. Felix on the left-hand side, back to Silva. Jordan Griffiths forcing the press, but it looks like he's going to be out of position now. Yannick Pole closes, but it's played inside of him, and Jordan Griffiths from right back, still pushing forward to the central defenders. Carlton Morris wins the ball back, so it's worked this time. He's trying to cut inside with his strength. He's found Pelly Ruddock to Jordan Griffiths, 1 touch and shoots, and we've wrapped it up on the stroke of the final whistle into the first minute of stoppage time, and we've nicked a second goal late on the break. Griffiths covering at right back with brilliant pressing, and then got on the end of the move after a fantastic Pelly Ruddock ball. A 1-touch pass, and it was absolutely excellent in the path of Griffiths. Slid it past Butland, he had no chance at all. We're going to go up, we're going to win the league. It looks like it's a formality after this result. We've just got the 1 more minute to see out, and we're going to try and close the ball down. The final whistle goes. It's a 2-0 win against Stoke City. A fantastic result against the second place team, and it looks like we've got ourselves an 8-point gap, even if Stoke win their game in hand. They didn't manage a shot on target all match, despite dominating possession and territory. Their pass accuracy was brilliant, but we had the shots that mattered. We're going to advance and see how that leaves the league, but I'm very happy with that performance, as well as the result. We've got our problematic time of the year. McKenna and Ampardue are both going on international duty, and for some reason in the Championship it doesn't make a break, even though that's normal service in real life. So we'll be down to the 2 again, and Pelly Ruddock will be covering at centre half. We've got a player conversation. Panico's thanking us for giving him a game, albeit off the bench, and we've now got a free week to train for the next match. So we're 11 points clear, but Stoke have got a game in hand, so that could be cut to 8. And the same for Cardiff in 3rd place. They can cut the gap to 9 if they win theirs. Brentford have played a game more than us, so they're out of touch. It looks like 2 from 3, and we're very much the most likely. So a brilliant episode and a fantastic result and performance. Let's go and have a look at the calendar. We can show you the FA Cup semi-final we've got coming up late April against Manchester City. Of course we'll be back for that one. Hopefully we can spring yet another surprise, but I wouldn't hold my hopes up too much. If you did enjoy this episode, please put a thumbs up on the video as always. Let me know down in the comments whether you think we'll win the title, and if you do think so, let's start thinking about next season. Which positions in the team do I need to replace? Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content, as my channel name gives away, from 2 long-term stories. One's a journeyman series where we move from club to club, working under a director of football with no say in transfers or contracts, and then a one-club series a bit like this one, where we're trying to take Torquay from the lowest playable league all the way to the top of English and European football. But a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and we'll see you next time.